All right, y'all. Mid-September, Team No Sleep, social impact of sport. We are here. Don't worry about me. That's Montel Allen. Good to
Yeah,
have you here, brother. Good to have you here on another time. Point the other way, goddamn. I
always.
know
It's the other way. I got to get it
it's like
right. It's that
Zoom,
way.
right?
There
It's
we go.
mirror. You gotta go the other
Yeah,
direction.
yeah. It's all good.
Oh man, listen, we hear folks are chiming in. We appreciate everyone for showing up. I had a couple of folks reach out to me and say, okay, what we're gonna get into. We got some things to get into. We're not gonna be oblivious to what's going on. First and foremost, thank everybody for jumping in. I didn't realize that this is 24 years of 9/11.
Yep.
24 years, and I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing um, that day. Crazy
Hmm.
that it's been that
Yeah.
long, and obviously we want to continue to remember the families and everyone that was involved in that. But we're gonna get into some social impact. We're gonna deviate from some topics that are currently in the news today. Why? Because yeah, we could talk about them. Yeah, we probably should talk about them. But is this the right forum? Who knows? There are some sports implications to some of the things that happen. And the line that you said to me, Martel, and again, I don't want to be light about this. I don't want to be facetious, but the line that you just said to me before we went online, I think that is the statement that we should make about what happened yesterday. If you can just repeat what you said about the unfortunate situation that happened yesterday and how we feel at the core as human beings.
Yeah, I was saying, me personally, I don't wish death upon anyone, regardless of what your beliefs are, whatever your situation are. Whatever. I don't wish death on anyone. But the rhetoric with that one person spoke about, I don't necessarily agree with. So, I'll pray for his family to get through this. But I don't. I'm not going to celebrate either. In that person's situation because the rhetoric he spoke, at least from my perspective, was hate speech,
Yeah.
a lot of hate speech, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, I don't wish death upon anybody. I disagree with his ideology and his opinions, big time. So I pray for his family. And it's unfortunate what happened to him, but I mean, me personally, I'm not going to mourn over that situation,
It'll it'll
and that's me.
it'll spark the conversation. It'll spark the conversation about gun violence that we've always had. And
Yep.
that's not the only situation that happened yesterday, not the only
Mhm.
situation that happened today.
Yeah.
We've got these instances, these situations at schools, again, right? Either threats, but we've got HBCUs being closed because of that situation. We got
Yep.
other schools, other public schools, other higher education entities where there's actually an incident that happens.
Mhm.
It's not just happening to us. Now it's happening across the board. So there's nothing good about this, but at least are we going to maybe have a conversation now outside of just the table of Montel Allen, James Hicks? Are other now other folks are involved, right? Now it's happening on the other side of the fence too, or on the other
Yeah.
side of the table. Okay, like man, okay, and the for that situation, the person that's in under investigation that they're looking for, he don't look like you and me. Okay,
No.
right. And I'm being 35,000 foot level, and I'm beating around the bush, but I'm just saying, okay, now are we gonna finally have this conversation that we've been talking about for years? That automatic weapons, extra clips, background checks, uh,
Assault rifles, all
assault,
that stuff needs
all
to.
that stuff now. It's not just
Yeah.
happening in my hood now.
Yeah.
Don't want it to happen in anybody's hood, but now it's happening all over the place, and now it's happening to some other folks. Are we gonna
Yeah.
finally have a good conversation such that I don't have to look at Denver area high school shooting suspect was radicalized? What does that mean? So we got high school kids, we got college kids. Schools are being closed because threats. They're
Hmm.
blaming some of yesterday's situation on some cartoons on South Park. Come on,
Yeah.
let's have a
I,
better conversation about this. Talk to
they're,
me.
I think they're all trying to deter, right? They're all trying to deflect or deter, however you want to say it,
Mm.
the situation instead of taking it for what it is, face value, what it is. That person, unfortunately, was assassinated by, I don't know if it was a follower or somebody, it was somebody that looked like him in that crowd that assassinated him. And it would look like there was an assault rifle that was used. So we've talked about gun violence being out of control for the longest.
Hmm.
And again, it's been okay when it doesn't happen to somebody you know or somebody you admire or somebody you look up to or somebody you follow. It's different, right? If you don't know him, I know him, it really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Now that this person has such a big following that happened to him, I mean, now everybody now all of a sudden they want to talk. Now they want to have a conversation. Now they want to discuss. Now I've seen people lose their mind on social media, people screaming and yelling like you took him away just
Yeah.
because he has a difference of opinion. Well, what happened when you took Fred Hampton away because he had a difference of opinion and he was preaching more unity? What happened when you were talking about Malcolm X, who had maybe a radical message, but he was also about his people? He preached separatism. He was preaching that black people need to have their own thing, and he was assassinated. What happened to Martin Luther King? Probably the most genuine person that a lot of us has ever followed or read about, and they killed him when he was talking about we should all be one people. Um, they killed Gandhi. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Like so, situations like this, man. Like for us in our history, it's not anything new. It's happened all the time.
And that's not a good
Now,
thing
but
to say either. Or you think about it,
it's not a
we've
good thing
now
to say,
we've
but it's true.
become we've come almost numb to it, and
No,
that's
I don't think we
I don't
became numb
like.
to it.
Okay,
I don't
come
think
on.
we became numb to it. I think we just understand the consequence,
Mm,
and we know what the outcome has been in these situations. Right? A
yeah.
person that is outspoken has a powerful message, has a strong following. Guess what? In that world or that political world or something typically happens. It happens. It's happened. And this person, that person had a very strong following. He did. He had a very strong following. Um, he commanded the presence of young people, and a lot of people bought into the ideology. That makes me question those people's ideology though, because he spit a lot of hate speech, and people were following him. So I don't know, man. I'd rather not even talk about him. I'd rather concentrate
Yeah.
more on the Colorado thing.
Right.
I feel sorry for the people in Colorado. My prayers go out to those families because those are babies. Those are young kids that lost their lives to some idiot shooting at them, shooting a gun. And then we got to deal with today, like you said, several HBCUs have been closed down because of the threat of gun violence there. And then there was a shooting at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, or I think it's Amherst, wherever it's located at. When is enough enough? Is the question. When are we going to speak enough is enough?
Mm.
When is NARA going to have some responsibility in all these guns being made, manufactured, and somehow mysteriously being distributed? When are we going to stop? I mean, when are we going to stop these gun shows from happening where people can get guns accessibly easy?
And why are HBCUs targeted from this situation that happened yesterday when the person of interest again obviously did not attend an HBCU? We'll hold for just a second, yeah, until Montel gets back. Y'all leave your comments and your questions. We can continue to go down this path if you wish, but we will go into some more sports related content when he comes back on. So bear with us while he's having technical. Listen, y'all, and y'all always know whenever we start talking that talk, right? Um, FBI, CIA, somebody comes in and knock somebody off of the internet. So here he comes back, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the end. At the end of the day, again, we don't wish hatred, we don't wish death, we don't wish that um, any of that on anyone. The fact that this happened is unfortunate. The man had children, the man had a wife, the man had an extended family as well. So again, they got to go through that mourning process. Um, but let's now hopefully have this real conversation in terms of what happened, what it means, and how in the world, Lord, can we get better?
Man, I mean, you said it perfectly. I mean, how are we going to be able to get better? And I mean, better now. Not as just we're not talking about a certain society, right? We're not talking pointing a finger at one person. Now, this is something that's happened to everybody,
Yeah.
like you said before. It's happened to everybody. Everybody has been affected by gun violence. Latino culture has been affected by gun violence from the shooting that happened in Texas at the elementary school.
Hmm.
We've been affected by all the black churches that have been, people got shot at church. Now it's happening in Minnesota where two Caucasian young people that were praying got shot in the back. I mean, it's happening everywhere to everything in every situation. So when are we going to say as a people enough is enough? In my opinion. And
what was it a couple of weeks ago? Wasn't it the guy shot through the windows?
yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota.
That was
Yeah,
That was
it's the first.
Minnesota of
Yeah.
kids
Yes.
praying.
Yes. And man, the narrative they're trying to spin on this person dying is crazy. That they're trying to maybe blame it on somebody because of his speech against transgenders and people that were in the LGBTQ community. Now, like you said, the threat of African American schools or black historical black schools are being somehow connected with that incident that happened in Utah Valley.
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs, I know no one knows that they're all back
Yeah,
down south,
I
down
was say, yeah,
east.
we got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, yeah,
Why is Hampton, and that's where my extended family is. Why is Hampton being
in
shut down?
Virginia, yeah. So kind of crazy why that's happening there, and man, it's funny, man. We're talking about social impact sports. The sports community is divided, right? Some people are very supporting that
Very much
situation, and
so.
some aren't. Because we all have difference of opinion. Now, again, I'll say this very bluntly: I don't wish death on no one, especially nothing like that to be killed in front of your family and your kids. That is, to me, that's not acceptable. That's
Yeah,
bad. But don't ask me to support that kind of rhetoric. I didn't like what the man stood for, so I'm not. I'm not there. I just pray for his family. I really
yeah,
do. I pray for his two kids. I pray for his wife, and I hope they can, not promote that same hate speech that he was doing. But I do pray for his family. I pray for their well-being because that's not nothing anybody should have to go through. Just to be in the audience while you watch,
yeah. That's
anybody in that situation. That's not cool at
unfathomable,
all.
unfathomable. And we live in this country on the promise that we can have differing opinions and differing
Yes.
perspective. We live here because of the promise that you can believe the way that you want to believe. You can read the book that you want to read, and I can read the book that I want to believe, and we can still live on the same street, and we can
Yep.
coexist. All right. We'll leave that to where it is. We again pray for everybody that's involved, and anyone that I guess needs additional conversation about that. Reach out to some properly trained uh, psychiatrist, psychologist. I never get it right which one is like psychiatrist versus psychologist, but reach out to those folks right there and have that conversation. Dr. Stone, I see you. Chris Stone,
Well,
we got to
hey,
get you
but
on this show.
even more important than that, have the conversation about it.
Get
Don't avoid
comfortable
the
having that
conversation.
uncomfortable conversation. Is that what
I
you're trying
think
to say? Yeah.
people avoid the conversation. They really do. They try to avoid the conversation. I think it's healthy to have that conversation. Have it. Have what your agreements are and what your disagreements are. Now, I'm not gonna say that person. Some things he spoke, I was like, oh, that's facts. It's true. You're saying some truth to it. But the hate part of his speech really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yep.
I think people should have that conversation with someone they either they're close to or somebody they trust, or just to have that dialect and be able to have that open dialogue,
Yeah.
to talk about it, and that'll release some of it too as well. See a psychiatrist or psychologist, whichever one you say, or see a doctor, or see somebody you trust to make sure you get through this. Because I think to be honest with you, man, this is a pivot point. This is another pivot point in our society. Um, we as black people, I don't want to say we crashed out, but we felt a certain way definitely when George Floyd was murdered or
Mm.
killed.
Yeah.
And there's different appearance of that, right? There's different opinions of that. But when he was killed, we I think you're gonna see the same thing. This is gonna be an uproar in this situation. Why was this man killed for speaking his mind? I don't know if it goes as far as protest or not, but I think there's a lot of angry people out there due to the fact that happened. So I don't know what the outcome is. What's this gonna be?
Conversation. Hopefully, again,
Conversation.
conversation about this
Yeah.
at all levels instead of again just at our level. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's again never a positive that comes out of things like this because we've had so many of them. And a couple of folks in the community reached out to me earlier and said, "Yeah, how you gonna deal with this? Are we gonna even talk about it? We got to talk about it because it's just who we are and what we do. We
Yeah.
rise above the noise and we have those hard hitting conversations. So, uh, there we go. Y'all think about it. Y'all work on yourselves. We'll work on ourselves. Let's just try to be better. Back to some social impact of sports. So Chris Stone is in the building. I want to throw him some flowers. He just launched, or he was part of a show on the I don't want to call them the woeful Detroit Lions because well, they didn't look good the first week. But nice show that you had there, brother. Go and put it put it in the comments. The link to the Gray Mains. I think that was the name of the
Mhm.
channel, the name of the show. You know, he was breaking it down, talking about the Detroit Lions and how they need to get better because they didn't look good last
Yeah,
week. But
absolutely.
I'm
Hey
sure
man,
they're gonna
hey,
bounce.
there was 14. What? How many teams? Is 32 teams in the league? I think 32. If it's 32 teams in, 16 teams was in that same situation.
Well,
It
I
went
know
0 and
mine's
1.
not. Mine is not.
Here you go.
Shouts out to my Steelers, y'all. We
I
won.
don't want to hear your Steeler rhetoric because you
We
was against
won.
having Aaron Rodgers. You
We
was we shouldn't
fair
have ever
weather
got him.
fan. Fair. I didn't burn my towel. I told y'all when the season started, if we didn't start winning, I was gonna burn my towel. I got one left. I got one left.
It
Uh,
looked good. It looked good to have that towel last week. I, I mean, if anybody, for football fans and football fanatics out there, I think if anybody values my opinion about it, I think the team that looked the best last week out of everybody was the LA Chargers. They put a whooping on Kansas City like I've never seen nobody whoop Kansas City before. It wasn't just a win; they beat the brakes off of them.
Beat them down
Um, if
overseas
that's
too.
any indication, if that's any indication what their season is going to be like, man, I feel sorry for them. And let me put on the record, I don't like the Chargers because they left San Diego, so they won't catch me spending no money on them. But I will give props where props is due. The best team for late week one was the LA Chargers.
Okay, there you go.
Absolutely.
Well, like you said, they look good. The Colts, they did what they needed to do. I was surprised. We got some other stories, but now that we're talking NFL, let's go and get into it. I was surprised that the Raiders won. I was surprised that I was surprised that the Ravens lost because
No,
it
the
was.
Ravens choked. No, they ain't lose. They choked.
I was
They
gonna say,
choked.
it was down to like was it 30 seconds of the game? It seemed like, and then Superman came through. Josh Allen
Nah, it
came
wasn't
through.
Superman, man. That was bro. Come on, man. Like, don't put
You
no
always give
extra
the
on it.
credit to the quarter. And no, again, you
Don't.
always give the credit. He's the one that got the game ball at the end anyway. So that's just how it
I
works out.
mean, it's all good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a quarterback. Yeah, he's gonna get the attention leader. But the Bills didn't win that game. The Ravens gave it away. They choked. How you going? You're up by 10. Was it
Yes,
10 or 9 or
I
10
think it was more
with a
than that.
minute
I think it was
with like a
16
minute
and 20 seconds left in the game.
and you lose. You lose. So I mean, and I'll be the first one to admit it. It wasn't Lamar's fault at all. But Lamar
No,
doesn't have a cast man that can do it. They just, for some odd reason, when they get to Buffalo and they play Buffalo, they can't do it. And it's only going to get worse when they play Buffalo again because I believe they play Buffalo at Buffalo next time, right? Don't they
probably,
play Buffalo?
probably.
Yeah. So now you got to go play in the cold. So
Hmm.
man, I mean, I feel bad for Lamar because this is supposed to be Lamar's year, and that ain't how you start off a year when you're supposed to go to Super Bowl or you think you're gonna have aspirations to do there because the Ravens got to belong. They got to show, man. I think Pittsburgh is back in the fold now. Cincinnati didn't look too bad.
Right.
If Cleveland never get their act together, they got enough pieces to compete, but I don't know if they will. But I mean, they got to go through that conference just to get themselves right and ready to go. It's going to be a long fight for Lamar to kind of get back to that promise on. I think the way he wants to. But yeah, they choked. Don't say Buffalo won. Ravens just choked.
I
They
was looking
choked
at it.
that.
I turned the channel because again, it was like 20 seconds. I keep getting smaller in the time. 20 seconds before the end of the game. It's okay. So they won. Next thing you know, Sports Center late at night. I'm like, man, what happened? I still say so much of this hoot nanny is about Vegas. You think it's rigged, huh? MDH? You think it's rigged? You think it's all the point spread?
Well,
Uh,
if that was rigged, no one won. The point spread was gone. They only won by 1 point. So you lost either way. If you took the points that you did, you
my
lost.
God.
So um,
All my money's
it's
gone
man,
to the Powerball, so I lost it from. I didn't even play, but I wasn't betting this week.
yeah. But I don't know if the lead is fixed. They need. I mean, who knows? I can't call it, man. I can't even call. I don't. I try not to watch NFL too much no more, unless it just happened to be on TV. I'm jaded by some of it right now, so um, I'll just keep my comments to myself when it
Keep
comes
them
to
to
that.
yourself.
I'm
Okay, so I won't even
keep it
ask
to
you.
myself
It
on
look
that.
like these Packers are going to do something against the Commanders, but again, it's only halftime, and Week 1 was just crazy. So we'll see. It's good to see Michael
Mhm.
Parsons. out there doing his thing and knocking people down. So we'll keep watching that.
Yeah.
Chris is asking why the Steelers just old school Iron Curtain. I mean, just man, I've been rooting for them for forever.
Whack. That's why he's a whack. He
I'm
jumped
a
on the bandwagon back when they won
no,
four when they was
I'm a
winning back
Terry
in the day, and he
Bradshaw
never came
dude.
close.
Listen, and again, y'all know my sports story in terms of favorite teams or whatever the case may be. I really don't have one ever since Jordan stopped playing. Y'all know that whole analogy, but I don't know. It's been an old school thing. My dad's here. He likes the Chiefs because he grew up with some players, some folks that played on the Chiefs. So he's an OG Chiefs fan, right? Uh, I wasn't gonna root for the Raiders because they kept moving. They didn't know where they want to be. So it's you know,
Oh, you mad
see,
because they move,
bandwagon. There
huh?
you go, bandwagon. Fair weather.
Mhm.
I'm a Monday
Yeah.
morning quarterback for sure, for sure. All right, let's stay on this kind of topic about what's going on. Let's raise the level of the conversation. Talk a little bit about what's happening at the administrative level for some of these schools and for some of these sports. We might get back into some NFL follies for sure, but this is down in your neck of the woods, man.
Yeah,
Why
man.
is there so many problems? Southern California, y'all got. I don't. My man here, the assistant coach, ladies and gentlemen, at CSU Bakersfield, he was arrested for trafficking women across multiple states. Ladies and gentlemen, what? Really? why, brother? Why are you trafficking women in the year 2025 when you got a very nice job at a pretty nice school, and this is what you want to do when you're not in the playbook? 32-year-old man arrested for trafficking women across 3 states, also arrested for weapons and drug charges. So he's in deep in all of these aspects. And this is not, we notice we're not using the word allegedly. This is truth.
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you can't fake this here. What's going on with this, man? This don't make sense.
Um, One poor decision, obviously. Um, I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, I can't answer why he did it or what he was doing. But I mean, obviously, he was using the school as a front to kind of mask what he was doing. You know, especially with him being a coach. You know, they travel a lot. They have to travel a lot, right? Because they travel with the team.
Hmm.
So my question was it people on the team that he was trafficking, or was it individuals he was bringing with him that he was trafficking as he traveled the states? I'm not quite sure what this guy was doing, man. I mean, it's just it's sad, right? It's just sad that we're in that situation where a person like this is doing those types of things and having young ladies out there basically having them prostitute for him.
It,
Not a good look at all. Not a good look for the school, Bakersfield. Like,
for anyone, and the reason I bring
yeah.
this up again because you see what I got highlighted here. He's driving them up here to Sacramento, to my neck of the woods. So now we
Yeah.
getting involved with
So
it.
yeah, he mean you trying to say we trouble? Y'all the one, you the one paying for the trouble. So I don't want to hear it. Y'all want to pay for the trouble, so I don't want to hear it.
he
Hear none
came
of
up to
that.
Sacramento to get his rental car, and he dropped them off downtown at the Citizens. I don't know. I don't want to make light of it again, but man, this don't make no sense, man. Come on, dude.
But you know what, man? This is a great segue. We have to be mindful of trafficking, women in these situations, regardless of who the person is or what's going on. Because me and you both know, especially when we went to the Super Bowl when we met with those people, trafficking is a very
Yes.
it's something that I don't want to make light of the situation, but it's something that we tend to turn the other cheek and don't look at it. Right?
Yeah.
We don't pay enough attention to it. It's a lot of young ladies out there being exploited. From I mean, it ain't just California, Arizona, a lot of these places. This is happening. So I think this is a great. I mean, he's going to be the poster child now because now people are going to be paying attention to this kind of things. And the fact that he was masking it behind being the coach at a school is it's hurting. It gives a bad name for that school. I feel sorry for those young ladies, the ladies that he was doing that to, and he's going to, unfortunately, get what he deserves in this situation. Or not unfortunately, he's going to get what he deserves in this situation by exploiting these women.
Exploiting these women. He got two short-barreled assault rifles. So there we go again, having a conversation
Mhm.
about weapons and short-barreled assault rifles. What you need that for? Two unregistered handguns, marijuana, cocaine, signs of drug sale activity, all that when you doing pretty good if you're down in Southern California in his area in Baker, maybe right Bakersfield, but assistant
Yeah,
coach for a decent school.
yeah.
Why get into
Mm.
these kind of extracurriculars?
I don't.
Uh,
I can't answer that, man. I can't
right?
answer that, and
Why
I
get
would.
into these?
I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's disappointing, to be honest with you. It's disappointing. But I think I would hope now that schools and high school and high schools as well take a good
Mhm.
hard look at the coaches that they're hiring to make sure these situations aren't happening at all.
Y'all tell us what y'all think. I see a lot of folks from a different. We on multiple platforms as always, and I know y'all don't may not want to leave some comments, but go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you, not at you, right? And there's no wrong answer. We want to have that dialogue. Marvin is here. He says he was probably doing it before. So if he was doing it
Hope so.
before he was hired by the school, can't you find that out in the background? I can listen. If I'm interviewing someone today, I got the skills. I can find everything that you've done since elementary school. If you got a record, I know what.
But he might not. But he might not have a record that he was doing this, man. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to justify why he did
Mm,
that lifestyle, right?
mm,
We can't justify why some people do a lot of things. But we know it's wrong, right? And he was exploiting. I'm whoever exploiting us bad. I hope he wasn't exploiting students, right? Because
mm.
that's even worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's working in that environment. He's supposed to be a person of authority there. He's supposed to help coach these kids, mentor these kids, and do all these things. And the fact that you would use that against him and take him out on the road or on the streets to do these kind of acts, that just shows he's a big time manipulator, right? Manipulator of people's emotions and do those things. So I don't want to speculate, know the whole story. Whatever he's done or what he's been caught with now, I'm hoping the legal system go ahead and does his due diligence and make sure
Yeah.
he's prosecuted to whatever they want it to be.
Yeah, Mr. Kevin Sanford Mays will no longer be employed by the California State University at Bakersfield.
By California at all, the state of any university
Yeah,
you
he
would not be
through.
employed with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's through. Let's stay with college a little bit. Let's talk about some athletes. Let's talk about some things that are going on. We already kind of hinted around some of the conversation. Hold on, let's see. Why did he do it? Regardless of his job, he's clearly got problems. Truth. So,
yeah.
so maybe that'll come out as well. But again, why you feel comfortable to do this kind of thing? Again, when I'll go ahead and assume you're probably doing okay, listen, coach. So again, he's got something going on in his life that
I
needs
mean,
to be fleshed out
let,
and dealt with.
let's keep it real. He's not the first person to exploit women and do these things. He got caught and he did these
Truth,
things. I mean,
truth.
how fast we forget about Heidi Fleiss? She did it, and
Wow.
let's not be short minded. Kim Kardashian's mom, she kind of exploited them in the same way. She didn't maybe pimp them out, but I mean, man, same kind of thing. So this is nothing new.
Yeah.
This situation is nothing new. I mean, I think he's a sick individual for what he did in exploiting people like that. But the part of exploitation is nothing new. So I don't want people shouldn't be shocked that why did he do this? People been doing it. They have been doing it for a
Yeah.
while. So it's just unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. We need to do a better job as a community and people that are staffing these people to make sure we can weed those people out so it doesn't happen again.
I will find the book because it was not Rex Ryan, but Rob Ryan. Rob Ryan and his wife were the ones who started that
Yes. Yeah.
foundation to help identify trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, things of that nature. They gave me actually their book that at the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, so I've got it in the closet somewhere. I'll put a link to that because yeah, Rob Ryan and his wife are doing some great work to
Yeah.
help
Shout out
against
to
all
Rob. I
the
talked to Rob like about a month and a half ago. I
flex
talked to
on
him.
him,
So
brother. Go
yeah,
ahead,
good
look
dude.
at you, flex on us right
Good
there.
dude.
I talked to
Yeah.
Rob Ryan, okay, because he's over. What
Yeah,
he's
that's
at?
a good dude, man.
He's in
He's at
San Diego now.
USC.
God,
Yeah, no,
USC.
he's at USC. He's gonna be
Look at
playing
you.
y'all pretty soon. I think you got y'all on the schedule.
We gonna take
At
we
least
gonna
at
take
least he
care.
got the UCLA on the schedule for sure. So we're
Yeah,
gonna see what happens.
we gonna take care of him. That's right. Look at you, just gonna flex on it. I'm talking to the Ryan boy. Look,
One of
let
the
me just look
Ryans, man.
at you.
Talk to one of the Ryans, man. He's a cool cat though,
Yeah,
man.
that was a
Yeah,
good dude. That was a good
we was
dude.
talking via text. We was talking via text. He's a good dude. Big
I
time.
ain't mad at you. You gonna bring him on the show? Maybe we can have Rob Ryan on Team No Sleep. Come on now.
Maybe
Okay.
after the season. I'm pretty sure. Not during the
Oh,
season, but probably after
oh,
the
there
season.
we go. We got to wait. Oh, Lord
You
have
know.
mercy. Y'all pray for
Hey
me
man,
dealing
we
with
got a
this
little bit of
dude.
clout. We ain't there yet. We ain't got it like that just yet. Not yet.
We
So
close. We close.
yeah,
Um, Staying in college, we were talking about sports. We were talking about money. We got some folks again here in our neck of the woods. Now, so now we kind of getting closer to me. So we right in the middle of the state. San Jose State, Fresno State, young cats out there betting. Oh,
mhm.
it's too easy. It's too pervasive. I don't want to say the names. I don't want to say, well, I'm gonna say it anyway. The DraftKings of the world, the
Yeah,
ESPN bets, the
it
MGM
is.
bets, all that. I got it on my phone.
Yeah,
If I bet $20, you're gonna give me $50. Oh man, it's
yeah,
too easy, right? I can't lose. So here the culture is there. Do we blame these young students for doing what they've done because they are permanently banned
yep.
for making these bets? Your thoughts on this whole situation, right? I feel bad for
Um,
these kids, man.
I feel bad for them, but you got to know when you there's enough history that we know when you're in that situation you can't bet, and they got all eyes on
Mm,
you. So these guys are D1 athletes. They know they're playing sports. And the fact that they bet on their own teams bet on their own teams, that's the part where they think it's point shaving, right? Or you're point
yeah,
shaving, or you're all those things. So, but the accessibility of betting now is so easy, right? It's so easy. The thing that I don't like about this, it was a very small amount that they were betting. Like I think the maximum one win was like I think $1,500, one on one $1,500. It wasn't like they were betting thousands and thousands of
right.
dollars or like this big Ponzi scheme where they were like, hey, we're betting, we're making tens of thousands of dollars. It wasn't nothing like that. So I think the caption makes it like, oh, they must have been doing some really big things.
There
No,
is combined bet of $2,200
yeah,
amongst the three of them. So right,
yeah.
$700
So
each or whatever.
and they made what? Yeah, 15,000 was total. Was that said right there on the bottom?
Yeah,
The
59
underperformance.
59.50.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
15,000 was redistributed. So between three people, 16,000 was distributed. They roughly got about $5,000 a piece. Um, I don't know if that warrants to expel you all the way out. I don't see why the NCAA say, look, one, why don't you see? This is the funny part. Why don't you do the bigger thing? Why don't you eliminate amateur gambling from those sports platforms? If you really want to get rid of it, they can't gamble on the things that there's nothing to bet on, right? Um, but they
let's
won't
keep
do
going.
that
Let's
because
keep
it's such
going down
big
this
money.
path because Mel is saying a rule is a rule, and now she's saying that this is setting an example. Again, one of the guys, Robinson, placed 13 bets for a total of $454 as you see here. Again, it's in the whole
Fantasy
grand
sports.
scheme of
Wait,
thing.
but you got to read. It's fantasy sports. How
Yeah.
many people play fantasy sports? I can bet you. I guarantee you right now, damn near every college campus they had a fantasy draft somewhere on that
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh
Now,
yeah.
is that illegal? Should that be deemed as illegal? And does that mean that college athletes can't participate in those things as well? Because it is a form of gambling because people put money in their draft and then you play every week, right? You play every week to
Mm,
get. So my thing is, it's become culturally accepted gambling in our society,
truth.
especially with our youth,
Truth.
because they've been involved with they've been born into the fantasy football world. They've been born into the fantasy basketball world. They've been born into those things. And now you have the accessibility where I can bet on DraftKings at the flip of my phone. I don't even have to go nowhere. I can go in my room and just bet real fast. Now, I agree with you. A rule is a rule. You're a college athlete in that. But all of us has broken rules before. You're not supposed to smoke weed. People smoke weed.
Come
You're not
on,
supposed
man.
to drink before you're under 18. You drink. So should you be persecuted from the thing you love just because you did it once or twice, or should you be reprimanded and figure out a way to work around this? That small amount, I think they should need to figure out a way to reprimand it, and yeah, make them examples. Suspend them for a year. Suspend them for two. Suspend them for a whole season. Do something like that.
Oh yeah.
But to get rid of them for their whole, so you basically just said their whole basketball career is over. They can't play anymore because they did this. I don't know if that's the absolutely right question.
Let me see this
That's not the
here. I
right answer
mean,
to you.
because again, we're talking age now. How old are these youngsters? And I'm calling them youngsters because they are.
None of them are over to the age of 25. I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't say if they were 21 or over 25, obviously, but I can always do a Google search.
Yeah, I mean it's not that serious. I don't think it's that serious, but I just believe
That's a good point.
we shouldn't be so quick to persecute when
Mhm.
because you make a mistake, right? Like the accessibility to gambling is there. I mean, I can make a bet right now. While
So
we're on the
that's
phone,
so
I can
that's the
make a bet.
bigger story that you think we should be looking at, right? Just the
I think that's the
ease.
question you should ask. I think if you're gonna peel back the onion and just say, hey, we're gonna suspend you for you're permanently banned from NCAA. You can't play basketball no more. Then why don't we find the root cause? Why were they gambling? What was the situation? Maybe hey, I don't know if it was just for fun. Maybe they needed the money. I don't know. But okay, well we know there's a reason why they did it. But why is it so accessible? And I can tell you right now, God is my witness. They are not the only ones betting. They just got caught. They're not the only ones. They're not the only athletes that are in collegiate football that's not betting. I guarantee this guy's betting on sports all the time.
So,
Whether
so,
now,
so let's make okay. So before pause right there. Let's make that delineation or that differentiation. Betting on sports is one thing, but again, Melo's making it a differentiation here. Betting on your own performance, though,
yes, I agree with her on that because
right?
now you're in a situation where you can throw the game, right? You can throw the game. You
There you
can
go.
do all these things like that. So I agree. But is that warranted to suspend their whole career? You can have your own opinion about it, yes or no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But is that warranted to suspend get rid of their whole career? I'm not sure if that fits. If the punishment fits the crime, I'm not quite sure of it yet. You know, but I mean, I play collegiate sports. I mean, I didn't even think about betting on myself. I wasn't that smart though.
You were
I
just trying
wasn't
to
that
play,
smart to
right?
be.
You was just trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, I was the
play.
one to play.
Put me in,
I ain't had
coach.
time to think about I'm gonna do that. But I mean, we've heard of point shaving schemes, but those point shaving scandals, the kids were actually shaving points they knew going in. Those are a little bit different. This one just seems like they were betting on DraftKings and were betting on their own teams. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's kind of mixed, but I don't know if they should be banned. I think they should be suspended for a long time and be forced to give that money back.
Yes,
Like you're forced
definitely
to give
that
that
part.
money back. You're suspended for a year. And I say suspended for a year, and you lose a year of eligibility. That'll send a message. Now you ain't gonna do it no
Wow.
more because
There you go. There's making an example out of him right there
yeah.
because
Instead of
that's
saying,
pretty
okay,
harsh.
I'm a sophomore, I'm a redshirt sophomore. Guess what? I lost a year, so now I'm a redshirt junior, and I'm suspended for this year. I got 1 year left to play. That way, the program doesn't have to get rid of them if they don't want to, and they can still have an opportunity to go transfer somewhere and play somewhere else. Like they can go play Division 2 if they have to, or go play somewhere else. At least get that one last year under their belt. I don't know if it's representative
That's
taking everything
heartbreaking
away.
right there, though, for a D1 athlete. No, now you got to go down to D2. That right there is just mentally
But if you
draining
want to
right there.
play, you gotta take whatever you can get, though, right? So
True.
instead of being permanently banned,
That's
you get a chance
punishment
to
in
go
and
play
of
D2.
itself.
I think you get a chance to go play D2 and you get to finish your degree. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
You
no,
still have an
I
opportunity.
again, yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Again, but just the psyche aspect of that, right? You leave San Jose, or you leave D1, and you've been told go down the road to play for community college, or you know what I mean, go to a
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah.
nother level.
Okay, you tell me, is that worse than somebody saying, okay, you can't play no more ever in this league, which we own all 500, 700 teams that play
Yeah.
because they're under the NCAA umbrella. So you could either take that and go down there and play, or you cannot play at all.
You could just hang out in the classroom and no longer be a student athlete, just be a
Yeah,
student.
student, and you got to pay for that out of your own pocket because you're no
That's
longer on
it, because
scholarship
you
no
done
more.
messed up.
So,
My goodness.
so I say make it a harsh example, but I don't know if it's expulling because I think you learn your lesson if someone says, "Hey, we're taking a year away and you're suspended for a year or whatever like that." I think if you do something like that, that echoes a message big time. That echoes a message, but it doesn't destroy them. Instead of destroying them, right? The
Mm.
message they sent right now, I think, destroyed them. But it's a harsh message. I bet you people ain't gonna bet on. They ain't gonna be no betting on no time soon. Like I guarantee you that.
They
They
gonna
gonna
find out now.
yeah, yeah. They gonna find out. So
they gonna
I
find
get
out
it.
for sure. Keep coming with the comments, y'all. We appreciate you for calling us to task, making sure that we break it down how we got to say that these topics and these issues. Uh, Green Bay still beating Washington. Okay, see how that works out. I know you're not watching football right now. You're waiting till the playoffs, fair weather fan. Um,
And I watch
you-
college football. Let's don't get it twisted. I watch college. I don't want to
okay,
watch pro.
we'll talk about that too. But for a minute, I want to keep you in the NFL, and I want to talk about something else. So hold on, wait a minute now. Comment come in. Harsher punishments will create higher standards, a positive domino effect for the long term.
I can agree with that.
Two thumbs up
But
there.
but I would agree with that, and I hear yes, harsher punishments do.
Man.
Is it worth is it worth destroying those kids' dreams and careers for $15,000? Three promising, probably young men that were going to graduate from school, maybe have an opportunity to play at the next level. Is that 15,000 worth doing it? You know, yeah, they got caught. You punish them for the crime. I think the severity of the punishment might be a little bit extreme, but I can agree with that message all the way. That's
Where's
fine.
the line for the
Yeah,
messages to be delivered?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right. Let's get into this next one, and I'm curious just to see where the dialogue goes because I saw the story and I was like, uh-oh, this ain't gonna go well. So, but let's get into it right here. So, and it's worth it. The leagues and colleges need to be more consistent across the board. Completely agree with you. All right, so still talking about football. I'm not sure if Mr. Marvin Stark is in the building because he is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. He's always
Urban
talking
Fryer,
about
baby.
he's always
Urban
flying his
Fryer.
birds, right? He's flying them. But what they got going on right now, or what is being planned out there at the Lincoln Financial Field, they want to have separate. Is it separate but equal? Okay, separate seating sections for the LGBTQ members of society. Yes, ladies and
Mm.
gentlemen, they are considering making what they call a rainbow section. And this is where they want the LGBTQ plus attendees to sit. Make it make sense, y'all. This don't make you don't just put folks up. You're gonna make a rainbow section. Folks, this is the news. I'm telling you what it says right here, right now. The Philadelphia Eagles have announced a groundbreaking change at Lincoln Financial Field, unveiling a brand new rainbow section with 7 colored seats dedicated to their LGBT fans.
Mm.
I, somebody say something to me, man. Because
I, I,
where is
I'm
this a good
speechless,
idea?
bro. I'm speechless. I don't know what this is. If this ain't some, I can't even say what I want to say. But if this ain't some crazy stuff, I don't know what is, man. Like you really preaching separatism, right? In
That's
the
what it is.
community,
I'm gonna
you
put
preach.
y'all over here. We gonna is there could be nothing good out of this. There really can. I mean, to ostracize folks like this, and I like what you're asking, Mel. Right? Understand the objective and the reasoning. Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie says that the meaning of the initiative is we have thought very carefully before making the decision. The rainbow section is not about separation, but about creating a safe and comfortable space where every LGBT fan can cheer for the Eagles without fear of judgment. This is a
That's
billionaire. This man said that.
I don't agree, but go ahead, man. I
I
mean,
don't know where else to go.
I don't I
He
don't have
said,
any.
"I want to create a safe space in this stadium, and it's just y'all with these rainbow chairs." And you don't think? Listen, Philadelphia back in the day, they used to throw batteries at folks, at their own team members when they weren't playing well. You don't think that I'm gonna put these folks in a separate section with some colored chairs? That there's not gonna be some hate
I mean,
speech, hate direction, or whatever the
what?
case may be.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about restrooms? What are you gonna do about people that are
Come on,
transgender? What are you gonna do about all? I mean,
let's ask these questions.
you do that, man. You're gonna singleize these people out to be assaulted because people will know who they are and do those things. You're gonna single people, people to. It's just a bad idea, man, all the way around. Like I don't know what this person. I don't know what he's thinking on this, and I don't. I hope it's not going into implementation. I hope it's just a thought. Is this actually going to happen like this next week, or is this just a
Uh,
thought?
the rainbow section will be located in the lower bowl, offering fans a clear view of the field while standing as a visible symbol of Philadelphia's support for equality. Uh, don't know. I look like they got the seats already built. I don't know if this is just a
A
CGI,
picture or
or if this
is
is
an
just a
actual,
mock
yeah.
up. I don't know if this is just a mock up or anything, but lower
I
bowl
don't know, man.
seats right there in the front.
I don't think it's a good idea. I don't know who gave it the green light to say, yeah, this is a great idea to do. I don't think this is something that you want to be
Don't do
able to
this. Don't do.
do.
We talk a
Yeah,
lot, and we've talked a little bit about separate but equal from a competitive perspective for sports, right? Transgender athletes and things of that
yeah.
nature, and that's a different conversation that definitely still needs to happen. Man, don't put these folks out there on blast in the front of the stadium in their own rainbow color seats like that. And you gonna tell me in Philadelphia that there's
I
not gonna
mean,
be somebody drinking a little too much that's going
I mean, and you put them on the lower level. So what stops some people from throwing stuff down on them? What stops people from doing any of that? I mean, I think you create an environment where you're creating an environment where a person is supposed to come enjoy the game, but people with their preconceived notions or their ignorance is going to be it will be bad. Will do certain things to them or say certain words to them. You know, especially in Philadelphia, they're very boisterous fans and they
come
don't
on.
mind speaking their mind. And if they don't agree with that person's sexuality, what makes you think they're going to call them every name out of the book besides their biological name? I don't know, man. This
It's crazy,
that
isn't it?
don't that doesn't sit well, man. That doesn't sit. I think that's going to cause a lot more trouble than it is what he does. Now he's trying to make the intent sound like it's supposed to be really good and we're going to protect them and we support them. But when you're isolating them, you put them in an isolated situation where people can identify them and people can now really, if they really want to do something to them, they got to say they can really single them out and do some harm to them, right? I mean, why not just let them assimilate with the regular fans? Why do I have to be isolated in this fan because of my sexuality? What if I want to be with
Hmm.
everybody else and cheer? I didn't know football had a sexuality of being a fan. It doesn't have a sexuality. You can be a fan and no matter what you are. So no matter what your sexual preference is, no matter what your identity is, they should be able to cheer with everybody else. Why should there be a designated isolated section for us? It almost sounds like some get your food and go eat in the back. You can't
Come
sit in the
on,
restaurant.
right?
Or you're not allowed to sit in the front of the bus. Y'all, since you're different, you got to sit in the back of the bus. I mean, yeah, man, that's not cool, man.
I'm trying to research
That's
and
not
find
cool.
out if there's any more news about it since it came out. But the comments on Facebook talking about these are just like what we're talking about now. They're brutal, right? Yeah, what I'm saying, and this, I'm reading comment. White gay people don't feel safe at a football game, right, and asking those questions, and
Yeah.
again, it's raising those conversations, and man, I don't know. So now okay, here's another one. So now they will stand out when before people
Yes.
didn't know or care,
Yeah.
right?
Knowing.
I don't care. But now I'm gonna
I,
put you in your own section with your yellow, red, green with your color seat.
yes. And now I'm like, oh. And you may not be that person, but I guarantee you, somebody with some alcohol, couple of beers in them, Philadelphia
Mm,
might be losing. Somebody's gonna shout some slurs at them. People are just they're just gonna be harassed, man. You're putting
it's
them in a
not gonna be a
situation
good
where they
look.
can be harassed
Not gonna
instead
be
of
a
be
good look.
safe.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good look, man. I mean, great. Whoever wrote that for him tried to cover it up. I hear him. Whoever his publicist or whoever those people in HR tried to cover it up, but that's not going. That's not it, man. You protecting them and all that. You actually you're not protecting them at all. You're actually putting a bullseye on those people for going to just attend a football game and supporting you and giving them their hard earned money. That's the crazy part to come watch the game.
You got a distractor that goes out there and buys a ticket in that section right there, like Mel is saying. Now you got nothing but problems. You got someone going buying a ticket like today, someone going to WNBA games or now even NFL games and throwing dildos out there on the field.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You
You got
just
a
got.
distractor that's going out there doing things for no good reason.
Yeah, man, it's just not cool, man. It's not cool. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's not cool.
I found a
I
good
don't
one
even want
for
to
you.
try to
I found a
justify
good
that.
one. There
Yeah,
you go. Right? Look, and I found a
yeah,
good one for you.
yeah.
I'm pulling some weird ones out. I remember when I pulled out professional pillow fighting. You was wondering what was wrong with me. Oh,
Yeah,
and then
I feel.
the white dudes that was whipping each other too. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is I this mentality, man, just like I said, reminds me like, yo, get your food and go eat in the back because you're not allowed to eat in the restaurant. You know,
Yes.
you're not allowed
Please,
to assimilate with
please,
everybody.
Philadelphia. Marvin, you know, let your birds fly, but please, if you got any voting rights on your proxy as an owner or as a season ticket holder, please vote no on this. In
Yeah, man.
November, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to the polls and vote, please vote no on this particular initiative because we see nothing. We see more cons than pros to this. More cons than
I'm
pros.
tired of the hate stuff, man. Let's no more hate. No more hate. Just
That's it,
show
man.
respect. I ain't saying you gotta love everybody, but show some respect, man. Just respect everybody.
Take us
And
home,
that's
brother.
enough.
That's it. Take us home, brother. That's all we got to say. I'm gonna drop that in there right there. I'm gonna put that like a smoke bomb right
Yeah,
there.
just
Boom.
show some respect, man. You ain't gotta love everybody. You ain't gotta like everybody, but it's important to respect people, man. Just respect them. And like we was talking about earlier, agree to disagree. I can still live with you. I don't have to like it. That purple shirt, I may not like that purple shirt, especially with that hat, that black hat. It may not fit with me.
I
I
know
might not
it
like
don't
it.
match, but I wanted to wear something that said
But
"Love
but
wins" tonight. You know,
but
shouts
but
out
but, I,
to.
ro- but I'm rocking with you regardless, man. I rock with you regardless. It don't matter. But no, man. I think everybody out there, man. Please, like, we're in these troubling times, man. Please say your prayers, man, and please pray for someone out there, the people, the families that were affected. I always say check on your loved ones. You got loved ones anywhere, check on them. I mean, I pray for the victims at UMass today because there was a shooting at the University of Massachusetts in Boston today. Those kids in Colorado and everybody was affected. What happened in Utah, obviously.
Yeah,
But please, like I said before, I think it's important to have those uncomfortable conversations. So, like I always say, please get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations because that's how we learn.
I'm gonna put
And we
that on
out.
the shirt one of these days. Yours, ladies and gentlemen, Montel
Yeah,
Allen,
yeah.
Team No Sleep. Y'all come back with us next Wednesday, Thursday. Good Lord, I don't even know what day it is.
Thursday.
But we
Yeah.
out.
Montel and James, bringing the heat, team no sleep, with champions meet, we're on the mic, taking over the game, no time for wrestlers, we're in it for fame, talking sports, breaking it down from the court to the field, all around town, we stay up all night, grinding on the mic, bringing news, real stories on the fly. Montel's got the stats, James got the flow, together we're two